Greetings and welcome back, everyone, to Board Game Night with myself, of course, Aavak, and Quill,
Hello.
Shenryyr,
Hola.
and Marbozir.
Hi, everyone.
We just completed our first jump in the last episode. We're all feeling very happy. We even apparently remember to do something that we don't remember to do, even though I've not been here before, so, I always remember it. 100% record so far.
I do like how we jumped without me even being on the ship.
I know, how does that work?
You jumped without me.
And it's not like we jumped a small distance either. We've gone quite far away.
In the middle of an asteroid field where we lost a whole ship full of people.
I'm like the worst Admiral ever. I'm not even on the damn ship.
Well
See
done.
how bad you are once you start nuking people. That'll be the real difference.
Yeah.
All those.
So it is my turn. I've already drawn my skill cards. There are currently nothing out there. I got
Have
a
you
lot
drawn
of
your skill
options.
cards? I don't actually see it. I see mobs, moves to asteroid. I don't see you having drawn any skill cards.
Yeah, I drew them. I also know that because I have a handful of cards.
Ah, well, okay.
It was in the log.
If you click situation, you can actually see how many cards each player has.
That's right.
Where's that? Oh, yes, situation. Ah, yes, I see. 10 items, my lord.
So,
Okay.
what I could do is I could preemptively launch myself into space. I could start clearing out the civilian ship. But it's going to be a while before the Cylons come back. So I think what might actually be a better use of our time right now is if I decided to be bossy somehow. I don't know how this works. But I'm going to executive order the president, giving her 2 actions. Or a movement and an action. Her choice. Also, I don't like the idea of us both being in the hangar bay in case it gets hit, so I'm going to have a move to
You're too
command.
good for me now? You're not going to slum it with the techies down here? We've got brilliant moonshine, man.
Well, I'm the CAG. I got to go back to help plan our next.
I see how it is. We'll remember this. Forget.
So, Tory Foster, you may either move and take an action, or you can take 2 actions.
Now, I do this on your turn or on my turn?
It is my turn right now, still, but you get to take 2 actions immediately. That could be playing a couple of skill cards. It could be activating the quorum chamber twice. It can be doing quorum and something else.
That's
So
if
we
I
can
It
had
could be
any
hang
moving
out
with
skills.
the
to-
Cylon.
Hang out and have parties with the chief in the hangar, just saying, it's lonely down here.
Got it.
You
He
need your
doesn't want to
Cali.
bother with commoners.
He's on a ship all by himself.
Yep.
Okay, so
I was all by myself on a ship for a long time too, but in my defense, there's only 1 seat.
Yes, you get a grudging pass for that one.
so I'm going to draw a quorum card.
Excellent. So you're activating the quorum chamber.
To be fair, you did lose a lot of cards earlier on, so this is a chance to restonk.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if Shen ends up just playing 2 quorum cards on both actions, or a quorum card in each action, he'll have 4 more skill cards by itself.
Yeah.
Not
That'd
to
be a
mention whatever the
powerful
hell the
move.
quorum card does.
All right, well, this sounds
Or
pretty
if-
fun. Can I do an action then? So I can also do an action, right?
Well, no, your action was to activate the quorum chamber. You're on action number 1 from EXO.
Okay.
So executive order will give you 2 actions. You are on action number 1. Your action was to activate the quorum chamber, which draws you a card. You may then either draw another quorum card or play a quorum card. This is still all part of action number 1.
I want to play a quorum card then. So do I just put that on the table?
Sure.
Yep.
Does you need to resolve the picking up the 2 skill cards first?
No,
as-
the skill cards trigger after he plays the quorum card.
Right, okay.
Ooh, oh man, you're gonna. This is
Oh.
awesome. All right.
So I want to. What's the benefit from here? You draw 2 politics cards. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. So right away you draw 2 politics cards. This is not even your particular personal ability. This is as a result of the card. You get 2 politics card, and then you assign someone to be vice president.
All right. Well, I'm going to give it to Mr. Lonely Chief over there.
Hey!
Oh,
Not
the guy who
important.
executive orders you. All right.
You didn't offer to invite him down to the hangar to have awesome moonshine. See? It's the flaw in your plan. You just give people orders. You boss.
So that was all my first action, right?
That is. You have to remember to pick your 2 cards from being Tory Foster.
Oh.
Because you used an action on a quorum card. So you get to draw 2 skill cards of any kind because you're a
Oh
Tory
my
Foster.
goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah. Like, especially if you play another quorum card on your second action, for example. So just to explain the vice president, there's a location on the board called administration on Colonial 1. Someone can do that and give someone else the president title.
Right.
But because the chief is vice president, no one except the chief can be assigned the new presidency.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right? So if I went to administration, I could not make myself or Hilo president. I could only make the chief president.
Right. But then the next turn, you'd be able to do it because they wouldn't be a vice president anymore.
That's right, assuming everyone had the mutiny card and so on and so forth. Okay,
Right.
so that's the end of action number 1. Tori gets action number 2.
Okay, and I can still draw another quorum card if I want?
You can activate the quorum chamber a second time if you'd like. You could also, of course, play a skill card from your hand, although quorum chamber is pretty good for Tori.
Yeah. That seems an amazingly powerful ability, that one.
She is
Takes two
insanely
skill
strong.
cards.
It's because the people higher up in the line of succession, like normally it's very rare for Tori to become president if there's any other political person in the game. Tori is usually not going to be president, so she's quite potent. It just so happens here there's no one above her in the line of duty, so it's pretty crazy. Whereas the person at the top of the line of the presidency is terrible.
Ironically, the most likely person to be in charge is the worst person to be in charge.
That's right.
There's a bit of a commentary on humanity, really.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Now, the characters in this game, they can have multiple titles, right? Like, you can have a President Admiral. That's possible?
That's right.
Yep.
Interesting.
It's quite common if the XO is in play.
President Admiral
Mr. Drunky
Cylon.
Drunk. Because
That
he can
would be
declare
rather
martial law and
terrible.
just steal the president title.
Wow, there's so many choices here. I want to try this just for funsies.
Okay.
So I get to switch around the Admiral or CAG.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make Mr. Chiefy the Admiral.
Ah, yes! Consolidating power. Oh,
That's not very
fantastic.
You're not even
Okay.
here, Hilo.
That's true, actually. You've deserted your post. You deserve to
Hey,
lose the
I
title.
jumped us free.
Yeah, you left yourself on a planet 3 jumps behind us.
Minor details.
Now I get to draw 2 more cards, right?
That's right.
That's
So
so
yeah,
good.
it makes sense that Tori would like to play quorum cards whenever possible. Even if they sort of aren't, I mean, this doesn't really hurt us, assuming none of us is a Cylon, or you don't know who a Cylon is. This is neither good nor bad. So it's just a neutral card, and it generates more skill cards for you.
Well, I'm under the impression that if Chief is the Cylon, he's also the person who's never played this before, so he'll probably be terrible at being a Cylon, so I'm okay with him having some titles.
Excellent.
I see some
love-
metagaming going on there. Well,
All right,
played.
so
You'll get
I've done my
beginner's
turn.
luck.
So that's the end of your executive order stuff. So now I have to finish my turn, which is simply to play a crisis. Executive order can get very confusing. That's why there's actually a first player token to track who the current player is, because you can lose track really easily.
Yeah.
So what's our crisis? We've got weapon malfunction. Straight up skill check. 3 good colors. It's 11 difficulty. Pass, no effect. Fail, damage 2 Vipers in space areas. Okay, there's no
We're
Vipers
fine
in
there.
space areas. Then all characters in weapons control location are sent to sickbay. There's
Which
no
are
in
none.
weapons control.
So there's no downside.
Literally no
Yeah.
downside whatsoever.
And
So the
no
only-
matter the pass or fail, we get a base start and 3 raiders show up, yeah?
Actually, that's base start launches Raiders.
Oh, so
What
that
happens?
literally nothing happens if
Nothing
we fail.
happens.
It will progress the Cylon fleet board. One Raider will spawn there and will advance their jump prep.
So
is
the
what
only
will
question
happen.
is, does anyone want to throw away some cards?
That's interesting. It is technically, yeah, it is possible to just like effectively discard cards this way.
So how does the Cylon fleet board work then?
So, have you opened it up? Are you looking
Yep.
at it? Mm-hmm. All right. So there are these space areas. What happens is in the base game, if you get a crisis like this one that tells you to activate some sort of Cylon ship, and it's
Yeah.
not present on the board, normally you do nothing. With the Cylon fleet board, what happens is if you have to activate something that's not present, instead you add it to the pursuit board, the Cylon fleet board. You put it
Right.
on this board here, and then you advance their pursuit track by 1. And when the pursuit track gets to the end, auto attack, everything that's on this board appears around the Galactica.
Oh, wow, okay.
So we have a clock.
Right, I see.
Is it bad that I wasn't listening right there?
And
Nah,
they
it's fine.
appear in the same sectors they are in on the Cylon fleet board.
That's right.
Right,
So
okay.
the first person who can add cards to the skill check is Hilo. Would you like to do it?
Nope.
Next is the Chief.
I like all of my cards, so no.
And Tori.
I guess I'll stick with these cards. We're good.
Okay, and I will also not put in any cards. So I'm just going to reveal this. Mostly this is a question of, are there any skill checks? No. So one more politics is gone and one piloting is gone. Good to know. We could be writing all this down, but that sounds like way too nerdy. So who cares about that? So now I have to add something to the Silent Fleet board. I'm going to double check the rule for it while Hilo magically appears in the hangar bay.
Yay!
What? How? No way.
What?
And
I've been here this whole time. No one has walked it. Magic! Oh, this moonshine is way stronger than I first thought. My goodness.
Have you been here all along?
Just been sleeping
I
in a
was
box like a
hiding in the
cat.
hangar.
Why are there some face-up cards down in the politics and leadership and piloting
That's the
engineering?
discard pile for it.
Okay.
I don't think they've got a built-in instruction for the Silent Fleet board.
Okay.
I'll have to actually find my actual documentation for it. That's annoying.
Oh, should I move those nuke tokens down to me now that I'm the Admiral?
Yep.
You know, not that I
Oh,
want to take away your power or anything.
This Launch Raiders icon that we got actually
Yeah.
spawns a base star on the Silent Fleet board
Ouch.
instead of just one Raider. So
Okay.
that's a little bit rougher.
Well, what
So I'm
sucks
going to roll
about
a
it
D8.
is it...
So it goes in the 7-8 slot, which is the forward slot.
Okay.
So we're going to have 2 base stars in the front slot when they spawn. Also, the pursuit track increases by 1, which forces the CAG to place a civilian ship somewhere on the board. This was all at the end of my turn, by the way. So I'm gonna put
Anywhere
it-
you want.
Yeah, so I'm going to put it down here. I have to put it somewhere where there's not already a civilian ship.
Oh, okay.
And the bottom 2 slots are the safest because that's where we launch Vipers.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that. And yeah, so it's still Hilo. Did you draw your skill cards?
Yep. Okay.
So what's bad about that card is it gives us another base star, but it doesn't advance the jump prep.
Not ours, yeah. Yeah, it's particularly bad. The humans never want to see a card that doesn't have a jump prep. On the other hand, those cards tend to generally be less dangerous. Like, this weapon malfunction did nothing to us.
Yep.
All right.
The
I
other
got my
thing
cards.
is with that, with those 2 base stars in the same location, will a nuke hit all? Because if we manage to roll a really high on a nuke, if we got a critical success, it would wipe all of the base stars out.
If you roll an 8 on an 8-sided die when you're nuking, it destroys every ship in the space area.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Good or bad. All right. Wow.
I see something strange. I have a same card twice. It's the exact same card, but it has 2 different strength values.
That happens, yes.
Ah, okay.
It's actually very common.
Ah, okay. All right. So I got my cards. Now I can move.
Hey, welcome to
Where do I
Galactica.
want to move?
Where have you been all this time?
Well, I suppose I could move the weapons control preemptively.
There's a few things you could do. I mean, obviously, if you have a cool card in your hand, you can always play that. Executive Order is very strong. You could go to weapon control preemptively. You could also go to command and launch a couple of Vipers.
Mm-hmm.
What's neat about that is if you do launch Vipers, I actually, because of my ability, I can instantly place myself in one of them.
Oh, okay.
You just
Oh,
don't like
alright.
being on the Battlestar, do you?
It's getting too crowded now.
Okay, I'm going
I
to
see.
move to. I'm moving to command then, and then as my action, I can activate 2 Vipers.
That's right. So what you do, you actually activate them in sequence. So first of all, there's no Vipers. So clearly your first thing you have to do is put a Viper in space.
Yep.
I would recommend either a Super Viper or the Assault Raptor.
Okay. Which is which?
The blue
Super
ones.
Vipers are the blue ones, and the Assault Raptor is the golden thing.
Okay. So I can activate 1 each, right?
Sure.
All
Now-
right then.
When you activate 2 Vipers, you can actually launch one and then actually just activate the same one a second time to move it around if you wanted to. Although
Okay.
launching 2 is probably best. You
All
can put them in separate zones. You could put one in the zone it's currently in. You could put one in the zone to the right where there's a ship.
All right,
Yeah, that
let's do
makes
it like
more
this
sense.
then.
And I will also instantly teleport myself to the. I'll actually, it doesn't really matter if I'm on the golden one. I get to stay out in space, but I sort of auto teleport to space all the time anyway.
Hey, I'm the one with magical teleport powers.
So I'm gonna put myself on the super one.
You sure you guys are humans?
Yeah.
I'm actually a Time Lord. I got in the wrong game somehow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fair enough. I haven't seen you use a sonic screwdriver though. That's very suspicious. I don't
left
see
it
a
in the
bow
spaceship.
tie or a fez or sneakers. I'm starting to doubt this whole Time Lord thing.
I might have to be the War Doctor.
So now we do a crisis.
I'm the Master. Call me Master. There we go.
Okay. Old master or new master? Because there's a certain question of gender that needs to be resolved with that one.
Spoilers.
All right, so now I grab a crisis card.
Yeah.
There it is.
Ah, very common one.
For the
There's a
short
lot of
version.
these.
President chooses.
-2 food or -1 food, and the president discards 2 skill cards, and the current player, which is Hilo, discards 3 skill cards.
Well, I draw tons of cards per turn, so I'm fine with the second option. What do you think, Hilo?
I do have quite a lot of cards. I would be okay,
Okay,
discarding
let's
some.
do second option then.
Cool.
Okay, but I need to read through some of them.
All right, so we're going to lose 1 food, which I will... Oh, there you go. Shen got it.
Oh, yeah, how can you tell I did? Oh, because it shows my name. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, how many I discard? 2 or 3?
3.
3
Okay.
for Hilo, 2 for the president.
Okay. 1.
Now, next we have to activate raiders. We have none in play, so I will roll a die. There we go, and I will put a raider on the 3 slot on the Cylon fleet board. 1 raider is not too much, but it advances the pursuit track. So they're
Alright,
getting
done.
that
I
much
discarded
closer.
3.
So the pursuit track is currently on the 3rd point. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, when it reaches... So 1 more is going to be fine, and then after that, it automatically jumps in at us. So we've got 2 more of those to go.
Yeah.
But we also got jump prep.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if we had the option to kind of stall it in some way, it would be ideal to let them appear right before we jump.
It
Because then
often
they
is.
go back.
There is the issue that will simply mean that the silent fleet does get much larger. So the time after that it jumps in, it might be
It's
too
going
much
to be,
to deal with.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's
with
not
that.
bad. Or sometimes you might be able to pick away a little bit of it and then jump. Like, you definitely don't want them to linger too long. Although, a couple of good nukes to that front part. Like, if they leap in and we executive order the chief, Admiral Chief, and you just, like, nuke twice... That
Yeah, and
wouldn't be
here's
so
the thing,
horrible.
saving nukes too long is not necessarily good because we might end up just not using them at all, or you might end up having a Cylon with it from the sleeper phase.
That's
Right,
true.
of course, yeah.
I mean, there's a certain amount of metagaming where you might not want to have the humans succeed too hard in the first half in case you become a Cylon in the second half. I never play that way. I tend to, like, overkill as much as possible. I play hardcore human in the first half no matter what. But there is something to be said about that strategically.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is the end of Hilo's turn, so the Chief
Yep.
now gets to go.
Yay!
Skill
Okay.
cards.
Right, so I grab, okay, so 1 politics, then 2 leadership, and finally 2 engineering. Right, let's have a quick look at these cards. And the next thing I do is I actually move, don't I? Or I can move, or...
Yeah. Next thing is you have a movement,
Charles, repair those
which
other
you can
Vipers.
ignore if you'd like.
See. I actually like where I am right now.
Okay, which is totally fine.
Good cards.
Never going to leave the hangar deck.
Yeah, he's
All
just
game.
never going to move.
No, why would I move? This is the best place on the ship.
You want to move to weapons control turn 1, and I persuaded you not to, and now you're just stuck there.
Yep. But you know what? For Shenryy's trust in me as making me the VP, I can use an action card, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, because I'm not moving?
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, you're exoing the president again.
Yep.
President
See-
Tori, I generate all the cards, Foster.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, VP aside, the amount of work that Tori can get done with those
Yeah,
two
the cards-
actions
All
is
the cards are belong to Shen.
staggeringly huge.
She's actually the best person to have as the president, assuming she's human.
Mm-hmm.
She will potentially one-handedly win us the game.
Yay, Shen!
Okay,
Awful.
so the problem I have is I could draw quorum cards, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the cards I have right now says I could give the president title away.
Right.
Oh God.
Resign.
Yeah, resignation.
Mm-hmm.
Would there be a point in that?
Yeah, I don't see the point.
You probably don't want to.
Is there any way to discard quorum cards other than resignation?
Not that I know of. I don't think there's a hand limit for quorum cards. I mean, you just don't have to play it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll just draw some cards then.
You clearly need more, right?
Well, yeah, I need more.
So you're going to activate the quorum chambers,
Yep, I took a card.
and then you're still on action number 1, so you can draw another one or play one.
Oh, fun. All right, now I need to know this. I have to know this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
What's that?
Nice. Release Cylon mugshots. Look at one random loyalty card belonging to any other player.
Okay.
Who are you choosing?
Then roll a die.
I absolutely have to know if Quill is a Cylon. I don't,
Really?
I
Not
don't,
the person you turned into the Admiral.
I don't trust you one bit ever. I can't afford to trust you.
okay.
I remember
I've just
last
got one
game?
of those faces, Quill. No one ever worries.
Okay,
about
hold
me.
on. Then you roll a die. If you roll 3 or less, then we lose 1 morale.
That's right.
Okay.
So I just gave my loyalty card to Shen. Should be in your hand.
Let's see.
Ah, yes, of course, because you don't show all of us. You just show
That's
him
right.
because he.
Yeah.
And
he
then,
gets
do I give
see.
it back to you somehow?
Yeah, you right click on it, go past 2, and then player 1.
Alternatively, you can put it on the board, and we'll just honestly not look. You know.
And then you tell us Quill is a Cylon, right?
I can't
At
tell.
this point, he could flat out tell us that he was a Cylon,
There's
and
a
it
lot
would.
of metagaming with
Yeah.
that too.
We'd be like,
Well, the thing is, if he said that I was a Cylon, what it would probably prove to you guys is one of the two of us is a Cylon. Either I actually am a Cylon, or
Yeah.
he's a Cylon trying to deflect.
Because you don't have to tell the truth. You can lie about it.
Okay, well,
can you choose to reveal your card?
Okay.
No.
Right, that makes sense then.
so now I have to roll a
so,
die.
Hold on. Before you roll the die, since I don't want us to lose morale, I'm going to play
Aha.
strategic planning.
Nice. Adding
And
2
what
to
do we
that
need? What do we need for this to not? So it's 3 or less. So that's
is
fine.
bad.
If you roll a 1, then we lose
Then
some
we
morale.
lose.
But otherwise,
Oh,
we're
come
fine.
on.
Yep.
You can't roll a 1. The die doesn't do that.
Right.
Of course, yeah.
See?
Don't jinx
I would have laughed so hard if that was a 1.
Yeah, me too.
I would have been weeping
Right, discard.
if that was a 1.
Okay, now I need...
Uh,
that wasn't my
So that
turn.
was your first action.
No, my
exo.
first action was to draw, and then I played it. Does that count as my second action?
No, because that's
no.
all part of the one quorum chamber move.
So amazing.
That's why I gave you that
Shen
card.
uses all
So
the moves
useful.
in
Oh,
this game.
you played a quorum card, so you get to draw 2 skill cards because you're Tori.
I drew the skill cards already, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, good. So then, yeah, action number 2, you're going to activate the quorum chamber again. You drew another card. Now you can play one or draw another one.
Such a broken card
Yeah.
that is. I will have all of the abilities.
We got to
but
speed
you're-
up these turns.
you're
a little, I think,
limited
but we're
to
never going to get the Kobold.
You're limited to 10 skill cards, though. It's like if I keep drawing skill cards, what the hell? So I can't just pass them to you guys.
No, but you only discard them at the end of your turn,
Yep.
as far as I can tell.
So next turn, you'll
But
have to
what
discard
if his
them.
turn never ends?
Well,
So-
just make sure to crush the skill checks.
Yeah,
So can I
that's
just-
the thing is you can just throw them away on a skill.
Can I
check.
just pass and not play one of these quorum cards?
You could, yeah, but you get to draw another one. As a quorum chamber, you can, at this point, you can draw another quorum card or play one. So you're not going to play one, so just draw another quorum card.
But I've
And
already
then that'll
drawn
be the end of
two.
the exo. It's
Doesn't
okay.
matter.
Oh my
Until we run
god.
out of cards in the quorum deck.
There we go. Okay, so now we are back to, was that Hilo?
No, it was me.
No, it's Chief. Okay, so it's Chief's Crisis.
Right.
Good
Okay,
luck
so-
reading all these cards, by the way.
Cards, crisis, and then just drag it down onto the crisis slot. Boom. Right, what have we got?
Ooh.
Network computers.
Very good, but very dangerous.
Yep. Okay. So we can advance jump twice if we pass this.
That's right. If we fail, we do get a
Ooh.
Centurion marker, which is
Oh,
very
this-
dangerous.
Oh,
Yeah.
But the ore is very bad because it's -1 pop and decrease
Yeah,
the jump
we
threat, which is
basically
terrible.
we want to pass this.
Yeah.
What's a Centurion marker then?
the
That's
Centurion?
the heavy raider
it's the boarding party.
Yeah, they're the
thing.
boarding
that
party.
boards us.
Right, okay.
And then we just lose if we don't get rid of it. And it's very hard to get rid of it.
I'm hoping Tori has a mitt full of political cards.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can crush this.
Well, I can help with it a bit.
All right, let me go and add 2 cards from the deck of Destiny. That's 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
First up is Tory Foster.
So hold on. I have a question. If
Uh-huh.
I have a card that interacts with the Destiny cards, do I play it now?
Well, it depends on what it says. Like, Investigative Committee, for example, will say play
no,
before.
it's... Well, I'm not supposed to tell you what card it is, but...
Yeah, but for
I don't
rules
know how to-
clarification, it's not the end of the world. Is
It's-
does it say skill check on it?
Yes, it says skill check, and
Okay.
it says that we add Destiny cards face up. Before
Okay.
totaling strength. So it's kind of confusing when to play this.
Put it into play, and then I'll read it. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm sorry.
I think it means you
So
add
do I
2
just
more.
put it face up?
Yeah, just drag it onto the board face up.
Okay, this.
Trust instincts. Okay, so what happens is this. You throw this just into the skill check. Okay? Then when it comes time to count the total cards, we trigger this, and we're going to add 2 more cards from the Destiny deck into the skill check.
Ah, okay. I thought we get to see the Destiny cards before.
No. So this is sort of a
okay.
YOLO mode. Like, you're just going to add 2 more random cards from the Destiny
I
deck
see,
into
I
the
see.
skill check. And we have...
Okay.
There's at least... There are 2 more treachery cards in this deck. We're either going to get some of them now, or they're going to come up, so...
Okay,
Yeah.
before anyone does anything else, I have a card that I would like to play, and it says put 4 cards added to the skill check. Is
Okay.
this the time to do it?
Maybe?
Is that randomly?
Well, it says play before cards are added to a skill check.
Then you have to play it now, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just so you all know, so we have a better understanding of how things are going to go.
You don't need to play that. Engineering cards are already positive.
I'm a dip. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Fine. You're
Good
learning.
time to clear this up. So yes, for network computers, politics, tactics, and engineering are good. Leadership and
Right.
politing are bad.
Yeah. I
Politing?
get
Yes,
you.
politing.
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 Okay.
All right, so if no one else says anything,
Okay.
Tori is the first to add cards.
Okay, done.
And then it is me. I am going to play only 1 card, but it's going to help a lot.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, now this makes me wonder whether I should play the card that I was going to play that was going to help a lot. Dread. That can get.
It's a really good one. We don't
Would
want to fail it. I mean, again, overkilling is bad, but this is so good.
Would it help
And
if I
failing
told
is
you
so
guys
bad.
whether or not Quill was a Cylon?
Hold on. Who's the current player right now? That's Shen, right?
That's Chief Tyrol.
Ah, okay, right. Okay.
Aavak.
Indeed.
Affleck.
That I keep thinking of that. Actually, the way I remember how to say your A is because of a French word. Your name sounds a lot like Aavak, which is with in French.
Ah.
I'm cheating.
Aardvark.
It's the Welsh alphabet. We don't have letters that just change their sound. If like a syllable is meant to change in a word due to mutation, literally the letters change. It makes it a little bit confusing for people who aren't used to that in the language. But in Welsh, like the A is always A. It's never A or A as it is with English. It's always A. So
That's much simpler, actually. I like that.
yes.
So whose turn for
I've
cards?
seen Welsh words before, though. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else that's simple about them. So,
So,
Hilo, are you adding cards?
well, I could help a bit, but I would honestly prefer not to because it's a card I would prefer to keep. Do
Okay.
you think I'll need to help?
Don't know. Chief, do you think you're helping a fair bit?
You
It
said you added
depends.
a card that will help a lot, yeah? So,
That is Quill said that I
Yeah.
could add a card that would help in a certain situation. It does depend on the cards that people add, which is the problem here.
we only have 4 cards in there, so
Yeah,
if we
throw it
get
in, man.
negative,
Throw it in.
I'm going to
The
throw
deck
one
of
card
Destiny
in.
is going to screw us.
Yeah.
We've had such good cards so far,
So
more or less.
more
So.
of the skill check.
Okay.
Actually, I'll add 2 cards.
All right, go Chief.
Hold on, which one was it? Oh, this one.
Okay.
Yep,
well,
done.
I'm going to add. So it's what do I do? Move to skill check. So 1, 2.
Can I say that I added something that will make you less sad about adding cards, maybe?
Okay. That's
I mean, I'm not supposed to say exactly what it is, so I'm being vague.
It's pretty vague.
that is pretty big, actually. Yeah.
Are you sabotaging this roll?
Oh no, I know what he's doing.
Okay. I'm going to risk overkilling this because I'm the last one to put cards in, aren't I?
That's right.
Okay.
I wouldn't be shy about throwing cards away because I can always get a million cards. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's true. There we go.
All right.
Okay.
So let me do this. We've got 3 to the bad.
Okay.
That is almost certainly, well, not necessarily. It could have been Hilo. It's definitely not me screwing us. I'm guessing that's the second piloting card from the deck of Destiny. There's Established Networks. That's going to double engineering strength. Very good. Engineering is good, so... A 5-point treachery card.
Oh my god.
That's -5.
Okay, so
Okay,
that
actually,
had to
we're
be
at
from Destiny,
-8
right?
at this point. -8. There's +5 here,
Wait,
so we're currently at +3.
Check the treachery
Okay.
card. Does it say the current player has to draw a mutiny card?
No, chooses it.
Chooses
Current
on
player
the end,
chooses
though.
a human player
Gotcha.
to draw 1 mutiny card.
Okay. So we are now breaking even. We're at exactly 0. Actually, yeah, we're at 0.
Okay.
This counts as 6 for
Nice.
us,
Yep.
so +6.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Almost.
Okay.
Yeah. Hilo. Hilo is a silent.
Hey, I threw away 2 evasive maneuver cards earlier. You can check it in the log. So that's not me.
Well, it's not me.
Well, it's not me.
And
You can
this is the
see
card
what-
that Hilo was talking about putting in, I assume. Current player may choose 1 card with a strength 3 or less to remove from this check and add to his hand. Note that it will remove it from the check, which means Chief could always pick up a maximum of firepower, which would remove it from the check completely. Actually,
Right.
I say Hilo was doing this, but we've had Chief and Tori both put in cards, and they've picked up some variety of stuff. I know that Tori's been picking up tons of stuff from outside her pool,
Right.
probably piloting at some point.
Right.
I think Chief may have played a Consolidate Power as well at some point and may have picked up a piloting. I don't remember.
Well, as I said, when a player discards a card, you can see what they discard
Yes.
in the log. Because in real life, when you play, you can see which pile someone
Yeah.
Yeah,
moves the
absolutely.
card to. So if you scroll up, you will see that earlier in the game, I discarded the 2 piloting cards that I pulled.
So if
Evasive
I
maneuvers.
And you can't have
I can
had,
choose-
and you can't have had more than 1 piloting card at the start of the game.
Yeah. I didn't pull piloting cards at the start. I pulled
Well, I am
tactics
drawing
and
lots of
leadership.
piloting cards, and I did put a card in to the check.
I dumped all my piloting cards because basically Quill is going to be the pilot unless something happens. So they are kind of not useful for me.
Well, they're
And
useful in these
for,
checks.
For the record, our current situation is we are at +3.
Yeah, but here's the thing. From what I know, from what I watched, there are not many crisis cards where red cards are positive because red cards are valuable and have big effects. So they are rarely used for positive checks.
Right. I'm actually wrong about the numbers. Because
Okay.
the scientific research counts as 6. So, yeah, hold on. I'm doing it very wrong because those cancel out. So this is actually 10. So we're actually at +8 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if I remove the 3, we'll be at 11.
That's right.
So all right, there we go then. I'll take that into my hand.
Okay, that's very good. So we are going to pass. However, before we
Just
do that,
though.
we've got to resolve the
Barely.
rest of the skill checks. So established network is gone because we just resolved that.
Okay.
Quick thinking is gone. We just resolved that. Exploit a weakness. So the current player, who is the chief, must choose
Okay.
a human player to draw 1 mutiny card.
And in this case, human player just means someone who hasn't revealed their Cylon.
Yeah. So effectively all of us. Now, could you explain what a mutiny card is and how, at least vaguely what the what that card is, basically.
I will show you an example of a mutiny card. We're going to go to the card pile, mutiny. I'm just going to grab the top one on the deck, put it into play, and then we'll discard it after.
Okay.
So, here's an example. And I can't actually see it. There we go. So this will damage Galactica, which is bad. On the other hand, it allows you to take a civilian ship that's in the space area and shuffle it back into the deck. So it lets you save a civilian ship in an emergency, but it damages Galactica. So all mutiny cards tend to do this. They have a bad effect and a good effect.
Right, okay. I see.
A Cylon player can use this to do devastating amounts of damage. A human player can use this strategically to save a really dire situation.
Yeah,
now,
I see.
one of the big things with the mutiny card, if at any point someone has 2, they get instantly brigged.
Oh, right, okay.
So you can't really hold it in your
if the
hand.
president has a mutiny card, then someone can go to the administration room and take away the presidency title. So if you gave a mutiny card to Tori, one of us could go to administration and take presidency away from Tori.
Being the vice president, would that not mean that it would go to me?
It has to go to you. It can't go to anyone else.
Right.
Actually, I'm going to return to deck and then shuffle the deck. There we go.
Now, mutiny cards, are they, it's like an action, you just do it on your turn?
Yeah, they're almost all actions.
So essentially, once you get one, you just have to play it right away so you don't get a second one?
Yeah, to avoid
You're not forced to play it right away, but you might be incentivized to play it as early as a good situation presents itself.
Well...
So, can I say something about this skill check and that piloting card? If I scroll, I seem to have lost it, but I scrolled up and I saw Shen drawing a piloting card.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I've been drawing a lot of cards, yeah. Because every time I play a quorum
for a
card,
fact Tori has drawn some.
every time I play a quorum card, I've been trying to pick up things that I don't draw on my turn. So I've been picking up piloting and engineering and whatever.
Yep. Okay.
Well, I'm going to give the mutiny card to... I'll give it to Hilo.
Okay.
Hilo, draw a mutiny card. Just draw it to your hand and don't tell anyone what it is.
Got one.
Okay. Well, on that note, been a bit of a... That's the end of my turn, is it not?
We need to do the end of the crisis card.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah, of course.
So
Man, this has been a long turn.
Yeah, it has been. Let me clean up the board, discard those skill cards. So activate raiders. So I will go to the Cylon fleet board. I will roll an 8-sided die. I'm going to put a raider in the 8th spot, which is at the front. We're going to advance the pursuit track. The CAG has to place 2 civilian ships on the board. So I'm going to put one down here where it's safe, and the next one, I don't know, I guess up here?
Why does the CAG have to place 2 civilian ships?
Because when the Cylon fleet or pursuit track advances to certain points,
Oh, right, I saw,
that has
yeah.
to happen.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then
now.
we advance the jump prep. So they are 1 step away from beaming in on us.
Yeah,
And
we're 3
scarily enough,
steps
that
away,
top
potentially.
right corner actually has a raider in it. Which means it could destroy that ship right away, but there's not really another good spot to put it. I suppose I could put it here, which doesn't have a raider on turn 1, giving us time to do something.
Yeah. But it would be difficult to get up there.
Yeah, I need to...
Start
I
piloting
kind of
over there.
maybe need to be XO'd. What did I do on my turn? Oh, I XO'd someone. That's right, and then Hilo launched me out here. In hindsight, well, no. I don't know. Anyway, the jump prep, so that is properly the end of Chief's turn. So Tori, draw some cards, and then go ahead and reveal the fact that you're a Cylon.
Does Tori have to... Is that the start of Tori's turn?
It is the start of Tori's turn.
We should probably wrap this episode up there.
This is a super long episode.
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone.
We have to be a lot faster on our turns. When we do a skill check. Go fast.
Yeah, we will get there. At the moment, I'm probably holding everyone back because I've got so many questions. But I hope everyone has enjoyed and will be joining us in the next. And of course, if you want to check other people's perspectives and see who is actually the Cylon, because of course it's not me, then you should go and check out their videos on their channel.
That's something a Cylon would say.
But thank you very much for joining us. And until next time, take care.
Bye-bye.
Next time.
Bye-bye.